Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday, September 4th, and we're coming up on our first important date. Units 1 and 2, all the work for Units 1 and 2, they're due by midnight Central Standard Time this Friday, September 7th. I've sent an email message or two. I've posted this announcement before. It's in your syllabus. It's in the due date information in the doc sharing folder, and I want you to know that it's coming up. It's in a lot of places, and it's important because I would hate for you to lose some points at the beginning of our class simply because you missed that due date. Now, where should you be right now? By now, you should have been well past Unit 1. You should have most of Unit 2 done. And if I were sitting in your chair, I would be shooting for getting everything done by Thursday night. That way, if you sat down on Thursday night to finish up your last work, and for some reason you couldn't get access to the computer, you would still have another day to go somewhere else, find a computer that works, and get on and do your work. I'm telling you once again that I don't accept late work for any reason. So if you wait until Friday night to sign on to do your last bit of work and the technology fails, then unfortunately you're just going to forfeit those points. You're really taking a risk. You're taking a risk by waiting that late and doing your work because you know if it fails, I'm not going to take any late work. So don't do that to yourself. Give yourself a chance to make sure you get those points. Now, you're going to see something different in the Unit 2 threaded discussion than you did in Unit 1. In Unit 1, I put all 30 of you into one discussion, and I know it becomes cumbersome because after about the 20th person, what are you going to say different that hasn't already been said? Hard to do. So from Unit 2 on out, I think I've got it completed now. You should all be broken down into groups. So you'll have a smaller number of people, 10 people in a group from here on out. You won't find yourself probably repeating the same kinds of things you already heard said by all of your classmates. So I wanted to tell you about the threaded discussion. Now, every once in a while, I have somebody tell me that they haven't gotten an email back from me. I do try to respond to all of your email. For those of you who've logged in and said, yes, you've got my correct email address, I may not have responded to all of you because I just wanted to know that I've got your correct email address. Here's the thing. If you haven't heard from me, then look under the journal tab in your document sharing, under the journal tab in your gradebook, or look in the virtual office. If you send me a message in the virtual office, I'll respond, but please know that everybody in the class can see that message, so it won't be a private message. If you send me a message through your journal, then the only person who will see that will be you and me. So that's maybe a little more private area if you had something that you wanted to discuss that wasn't necessarily a concern for the entire class. So there are a couple of ways for you to get that information. Try the journal. If you can't get a hold of me through the journal, try the virtual office, but I'll be looking for you. So keep trying. You know, I'm probably trying to get a hold of you. If you're not receiving something from me, it could be that your spam filter is preventing it from getting through, and we may just find that we'll have to work via the journal function or maybe through virtual office, something on that order. Um, Threaded discussion, wanted to say one more thing about that. Make sure that you post 2 responses, because if you don't post 2 responses, you won't get any credit at all. And more than just I agree, okay? In the future, you'll have an opportunity to say a little more. You won't be repeating what everybody says, but you can't just go ditto. You can't just go I agree. That just doesn't work. All right, so a lot of you have gotten in and done some good things. I'm glad to see that. Keep going. Some of you have already completed Unit 2. Congratulations. If you had worked ahead and are now in Unit 3 and you haven't posted both the threaded discussion responses, make sure you go back and post that again so you don't miss those points. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I hope you find the rest of the class enjoyable. I'll look for your email messages, and I wish you all well. Friday night, remember Friday night is the big one. Central Standard Time, it's midnight Central Standard Time, Friday, September 7th. You've got to have all the work for Units 1 and 2 done. Do well, ladies and gentlemen.